Hello, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. I hope this is working. Don't know. Um, I'm doing 5 things to make it work, but you never know what will work and what won't work. I'll be right there. We have had so little video signal that I have not even tried. I mean, I've had having a terrible time uploading or doing anything in the way of internet. I haven't even been able to really watch videos. So I'm way behind my, hi, Barbara. I am here. I'm here. I'm here. I got to get this a little closer to me. So hopefully we won't lose it. I can't read that far away. Hi, Lisa. Oh, hi, 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 hi. I'm not going to stay on very long because I don't know how long this connection will hold either. Um, I was saying that you really are, I'm really here. Yeah, I'm really, really here. I am on my phone with just phone connection, so that's part of it. The internet here is not still not near strong enough uh to stream through. Hi, Yanya and Journey, and I'm wondering when you are going to go live again. Well, guys have a wonder. We are having an amazing trip. Um, Honestly, I've got 3 more videos to edit and upload for the next few days. The that we've been going nonstop. This, other than making my postcard every night, I have done no artwork at all. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've done a few sketches. Um, Actually, I'll go get my sketches. I'll be right back. They're just in my sketchbook in my bag that I tote. And I hope the picture's pretty good. Oh, I just really wiggled everything, didn't I? That is one thing about being in a uh yes, Lisa, how's your ankle? An unexpected surprise. Oh, goody. We Jeff is gone off today because I could no longer take the drop-offs in all of these on all of these side trips, back roads, trails, whatever you want to call them. They're all like straight down along the edge. He tried to take me into the mountains yesterday, and it was bad even up there. And then we got to the snow. It still hurts, but it's getting better. Oh, good. I'm glad you're going to stream tomorrow. I don't know that I'm going to get to watch. We have to have some work done to the Jeep. Nothing serious. It's just he just doesn't want to tow it any further until we get some work done. So I was just going to show you some of the sketches I've done. I'm sorry, I stopped to read chat, and I don't know if I'm yelling or not. How's the sound, guys? Hi, Barbara. Oh, I'm so glad you're liking the videos. You have chuckled sympathetically. I'm glad it was sympathetic. I just couldn't take any more, and I really wanted Jeff to have a good time. And the other night, we were lucky enough to meet another couple in the park, and this guy's never driven a Jeep before. He was going to rent a Jeep and take some of the easy trails. So, hi, Jersey. So, he was going to go off. He has gone off. The 2 Jeeps have gone. Jeff, of course, has driven trails before. Jack has never driven trails, but he rented this big fancy Jeep, and all the Jeeps out here are fancy, I should say. But they're going to drive 3 trails today if it works time wise. And I'm just so happy that Jeff can go and do that and have fun, because yesterday when he tried taking me into the mountains, I was just not having fun anymore. It just wasn't. And um, Laura's here too, and I missed her. Oh, that's Jersey. That's Jersey. Okay, so this is the spruce house at Mesa Verde. And believe me, these are not the best, and this is at Sand Canyon. And I'm not happy with them by any means, but this is another one at Sand Canyon. When I can't hike anymore or I can't climb anymore, I find a rock to sit on and I just go and I wait for Jeff to come back. This one is at the Supa Bridge Trailhead. This was at Natural Bridges. Jeff hiked way down into this canyon, and this day he sent word back. You would be happy? Okay. Well, I'm liking them. I'm just, there's things about them I know that aren't right. So, yes, and I agree with you, Jersey. It's pretty cool. I have to tell you about this day. Okay. I knew I was not going to go. The trail, okay, we're a mile from this cliff dwelling, and I'm sitting up here on a cliff. Jeff hiked all the way down in here. It said Petroglyph Trail, 2.4 miles, roughly 2 hours, strenuous. He took it. 4 hours later, hi, Brittany. He comes back. I'm like, I was almost ready to talk to this ranger because I had begun to really worry. He had no food. He had water, but no food. This day, he hikes down into the canyon. And when he comes back, he sends word back by a couple. He says, they come up and they go to me. They go, is your husband got a big white fluffy beard? I said, yes, sir. He said, well, I'm supposed to tell you he's having fun. He'll be back in a while because he knew I would be worried because he'd been gone too long. So I'm not even using a pencil, Barbara. I'm using an ink pen. Just a oh, there's one around here somewhere. Just a regular ballpoint ink pen. Strenuous, I'm out. See, that's what I said, Laura. Strenuous, I'm out. Besides the fact that it was climbing down a cliff. So, and this is up at Arches. He took a little walk, and I sat near the Jeep and drew this big boulder that was up there. What I'm not liking about them is that I'm not getting how far away things are. The perspective is off a little, but I'm liking the sketches. They're just, I know what I saw and it's not. So, but I do want to tell you, I love this little sketchbook. This came from Hobby Lobby. It was one of those ones that was on sale one day. And I like that it's so tiny and it's little, and it's just a lot of fun. It works real well because, when I'm out sitting on a rock. Yeah, that crazy stuff, Laura. Well, and he's gone off to run up trails now. So, Lisa, when do you have to leave? I know you have to go out in a little while. What I was going to do, since I thought maybe you guys would like to see what happened to all my stuffs. Oh, it fell off. How I make my postcards. I thank you guys. I really appreciate it. There is something so alive about sketches like that. So in the moment, I thank you, Barbara. Are you ready to? Oh gosh, Journey, absolutely not. I don't want to live here. I do not want to live here. I can't even see properly because my eyes are so dry. I cannot get enough moisture in my eyes. My skin is like it's falling off because it's so dry. I can't keep enough moisturizer in it. I do like the fact that our towels dry immediately in the evening, but Laura, you want to move out here? Oh, soon. I'm charged. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Lisa. It was just, I knew that if I didn't do it now, that the internet would be down completely before I had a chance. I'm going to make today's postcard for Jeff's drive and everything. The one I send to my mom every day. If you guys don't know, I send mom a postcard every day. Now, if I can buy one, I buy one. Hi, Kathy. But a lot of times I don't have the right kind of postcard. So I go ahead and make it. And one of the things I don't like, Laura, is the fact that I really like trees. I miss the trees. There are just no trees here. Even when we went up to the mountains, there was trees up there, but they're awful small. Cool, Laura. Yeah, mom enjoys it. She says they show up one or two at a time. She says it's never the same. It's always she says they never come one per day. They come like sporadically. So anyways, I went through when we go to the visitor center, Romeo lived in the high desert up in Flagstaff. There were trees there. There are trees here, but they're just not there, and there's not enough water here for me. I like water. Um, I'll be glad to know that she's live. Monday, I was like, oh no, I missed Lisa. And then I go and I start looking for it because I wanted to say, hey, Lisa, I'm sorry I missed it. I was busy. We're going. We get up at 6 or 7 and we come back home. By the time we eat dinner and clean up and get ready for the next day, it's like all I want to do is lay down and crash. Yes, the desert is really big and dry and unforgiving. It's true. Well, I wouldn't miss the coast, but I miss trees. Anyway, so we go to the visitor centers, or if we're on the expressways, we stop at the expressway ones. And I pick up brochures about the area we're going to be in because we're in Moab right now. And this visitor center was phenomenal. They had all kinds of stuff. But then we read it, we decide what we're going to do, and then afterwards I use the things to make the postcards. And today, let's see if I can find them. Jeff is going to, it's very light on here, but Jeff is going to ride. First, he's going to go up here, and they're going to take this trail right here. Then they're going to take this little road, and then they're going to go down this trail. So they have to go up this one, and then down this one, back to this road, and then they're going to come out this trail. And this is why I didn't want to go. We saw this the other day. It goes this way, and this way, and this way, and this. And it climbs like 3,000 feet. Hi, Holly. Hi, Violet. I'm so glad you guys are all here. I didn't know if anybody'd be around this morning. I couldn't remember who might stream on Wednesday mornings. I know that Becky used been streaming in the afternoon, and that's why I really didn't want to try to leave it. Anyways, so since Jeff's going to drive all of those trails today, I'm going to try to put that on this little postcard. Like so. If I can. Let's see. They actually end up in Canyonlands National Park for a few minutes. Okay. That trail goes clear. Yeah. Jeff just knew I'm done. I just couldn't take any more of these trails, any more of the heights, any more of it. It was just too much. That looks pretty good. It'll be crooked, but that's okay. You couldn't find your rainbow. Oh no. Your cat woke you up early. Yeah, well. And I'm not too, this is going to be the base, so I don't really worry terribly about getting it perfect right now. I just cut it out. I like the rainbow hearts though, Holly. Yep. Well, the guys met up about 9. Jack's wife was supposed to go with them, and she got up not feeling well, so she's staying home. Now, I pre-cut these before we left. So they're 4x6. They're close to what the store-bought postcards are like. Okay. That ought to be good. I can draw on all of the trails. Okay. Then there was this cool thing that says Moab Adventure. I like this. I told Jeff we would have to come again another year when he can get a bunch of different people to ride with and not just, me. Okay, Lisa. I am so glad that you got to that you're better enough to go out, Lisa. Just be careful, don't fall again. Don't fall. Don't hurt. Barbara, when I get done, it does 2 things. First off, it makes Mama happy. Honestly, that's a big part of it. It makes Mom happy. And that's a big thing. Bye, Lisa. Then when I get home, she saved them all for me, and I get to put them into a book. I have been having one very unhappy thing is that the pressed pennies are really hard to find this year. In the past, I've been able to find pressed pennies from almost all the places we've gone, but even the national parks have stopped. And it's not about the fact that I can't get them. They actually have them already pressed, but it's fun to choose the one you want and press it and do that. And so I won't have as many of those this year as I've had in the past. That's okay. This was just another newspaper thing that I got, and I saw this Jeep. This is not Jeff's Jeep, but I will tell you the views here are amazing. You get rocks and mountains at the same time. We have about decided that we've seen all the rocks we really want to see for a while. After a while, they get to looking the same. We're kind of glad we decided not to go to Bryce and Zion this year. Off camera a bit. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let me see if I can fix it. Thanks, Barbara. Let me see here. Hold still. You're going to get dizzy. That might be better. Is that better? I think that's better. Thank you, Barbara. But after a while, all of the spaces, thanks, Barbara, all of the places we go have begun to look very much alike. It's terrible to say that. It's terrible to say, okay, so they look alike, but at the same time, that is what's happening. And so we're kind of glad we decided not to go to the western side of Utah and see Bryce and Zion this year, because we will enjoy it more another time, when we haven't seen, because Mesa and Hovenweep and Canyons of the Ancients and the south side of Canyonlands and the north side of Canyonlands and Arches, yes, they're all different, but they're all the same in some respects. So we're kind of glad that we're gonna move on in the next few days. We've got an appointment to have the Jeep worked on tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to be laundry day. You got to do that every so often. So Jeff asked me if I was going to worry about him today. There was an accident up here a few days ago, and a Jeep fell off one of the big rims. It was not good. They still don't know if it was driver error or mechanical. Hi, Malaya. Used to think that Estes Park, Colorado, and the Rockies around there was the most beautiful part of the country. And Estes Park and the Rockies on that side are lovely. We love those. It's a little early in the season. We're still getting snow here every once in a while. Oh, how fun! That sounds like fun, Malaya. Okay, I kind of like that. Okay. When I get this all done and it's all dry, I will actually, with a red marker, draw on these trails that Jeff's taking today. Mom won't really recognize that, but I will, and that's what will matter. Okay. And these are not the biggest art thing, they're not, oops, I'm sorry. Off camera. They're not the fanciest art piece. They're just little collages of what we've done for the day. The libraries are usually pretty good about that kind of thing. They like to have groups and presentations that they can offer up to. I've done presentations in libraries for different things that like book arts and stuff like that. I don't know, that's lacking something right now. Let's see what we can find. Let's look in here. It doesn't say anything about, okay, we could put Jeep riding instead of horseback riding. That's true, Malaya. I don't think they do. And a church activity room's another really good place. Okay, so for some reason this doesn't say anything about Jeep trails, but that's 90% of why people come here. Although there's been so much hiking and um, we saw people climbing, what do you call that? Climbing rocks the other day. Okay, I think what we're going to do is cut out this little Jeep word. And I saw riding. And adventures. Oh, I'm off camera. Sorry, guys. You know, this is just not the best setup in the world. Starks County. I haven't even tried to go to our library, but then Mom's had everything she needed, and that's usually why I go to the library is for Mom to get books for Mom. So I didn't even get to ask Lisa if she streamed last Thursday. Um, we were out as always, and so I didn't get to even check my phone. That's another thing is the phone service here is very spotty. Um, I might get a signal for a few minutes and then I might not. Um, so we've got Jeep riding adventures. And for some reason, this big old Moab right there is just bothering me. So I think we're going to put this right there. Mhm. No, no, that doesn't work because I need that spot for the trail. So it's got to go over there. So we will fix it. This, and I'll get rid of that big old Moab word. And I'll put this. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry, Barbara. I know she's been busy too. That's another thing. This is what I'm going to do. That's my layout. And I know Monday night she had hurt herself, so she didn't stream Monday night. Thanks, Barbara. Ooh, it's getting chilly in here. It snowed on us the other day. Did you guys see the picture of the snow? Even my Facebook on my phone has not been updating. It's just pinged and pinged and pinged. For some reason, it suddenly had enough signal to post things that I have been putting on Facebook for the last 3 days. I couldn't figure out why it was pinging. Okay, well, always adrift. Don't know where, but always. All right. Okay. Good on Mod Podge. I'm not running out, so that was a worry that I might run out of Mod Podge. Haven't done that yet. Um, and like when we're in the national parks or someplace like that, I buy a postcard. For one, the bookstores in the national parks um, help support the park, so I usually try to buy one. And then if there's something special that I see, I might buy it. But usually, and a lot of times, even the campground that we're staying in, I'll take their brochure apart because, the night we roll in at a campground, we haven't done anything. We've just driven that day and we get in the campground and so it's kind of, it's a travel day. And I'm going to make that postcard for because I kind of know what I'm going to do for the next travel day we've got. So I thought I'd make that today too, because I know which route we're taking and all that kind of stuff. And I won't know where we're staying, but it will be all right because I will just add that on top before I send the postcard. Okay. So there's that part. There's that part. That one's going to buckle, of course. Lisa wasn't here and I didn't ask her. Did she finish her book that we started together? Does anybody know? You don't think so? Okay, no, not the crunchy. Well, no, not the crunchy book. The cardboard book that we just started while we were at her house. Like I said, I haven't even been able to see anybody's videos, so I don't know what she's gotten accomplished. And now then, deal is we let this dry. First off, we've got to get that shoved down. Come on, squash down. And if Laura's still here, I go back and add 2 or 3 layers of Mod Podge to this before I use it. Before I send it. Because little edges go through the mail a lot better if they're really glued down. And that's for some reason not wanting to glue down on the edges. Okay, so we gotta move it out of the mess. She worked on it but hasn't since. Okay. Okay, Journey, sell yours and buy some different ones. That's good, Barbara. I'm glad you guys are liking it. I haven't been able to watch Lisa's because I've been, like I said, watching videos doesn't even happen. Um, there is cable TV here, but it's, I don't watch TV, so it really is, that's kind of a waste. And besides the point, I haven't had any energy to watch TV. So I don't use my stamps enough to get sick of them. I use them, but they, I don't know. It's not such a, I just don't use them that much. That's the problem. And I have seen a few little pictures on Facebook of the journals, Barbara, and they do look like they are having fun. I'm so glad you guys are having fun with this. Lisa and I talked about it for a long time before we decided what to do, and it it's been a lot of fun. I'm sure that I'm going to run out of ideas before I run out of prompts, but okay, so the other postcard I wanted to do is a travel day that we've got to do. And that is when we leave here, we are going north towards, I got to move this. This is going to get in the way. North towards Dinosaur National Monument, which is up here. Oh, glad. I'm so glad, Holly. I was going to say one thing though about the postcards. I make all my postcards go horizontally like that, landscape, because when I put them in the book, I always bind them this way, and I don't want a portrait one in the book using almost empty paint bottles. I think that's what you did anyway, because I have a ton of almost empty paint. Brittany, what I did was, okay, so the paint bottle is empty and it does not have enough to squirt out anymore. I add just a tiny bit of water, just, like a tablespoon of water in there, and I shake it up real good. And then I I put some of that liquidy paint around, and I get another color and I put a liquidy paint, and then I take another piece of paper and I squash it on top and peel them apart and let them dry. That's how I do it. And it just uses up a lot of painty paper. So I'm trying some of your prompts in your regular journal. Hi, Patricia. I hope that helped, Brittany. Anyways, I was going to say, I always put this, do this card this way. So whatever I'm doing, I make sure that it's on there with the horizontal. Yeah, it looks like a watercolor on book. You could put it on book paper. I usually put it on copy paper just because that way I wonder if this thing is dropping. And that's why it keeps going over there. Hold on a minute. I'm going to make you all dizzy again. That's what's happening. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize it was getting closer and closer to my face. Let me do it again. Hold on. Ooh, that really got up there. Okay, how about that? Yay! You can see. You might be able to see the edge of the table, but you can see. Maybe it'll last like that for a little while. Yep, that's what I did, Brittany. Okay, so let's work on this one until the see that ornery little things. That Jeep is already coming up. We gotta squash it down better. Sometimes the brochures are just a little stiffer than other things, and then they don't want to lay down. So, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this particular thing that I had in my head. Okay, let's see. We are going to move. We're going to go to Dinosaur National Monument next. That's the plan. And this is a Colorado map that we got while we were further south in Colorado. We used it a whole bunch, but we're done. So And this postcard won't actually be done because I don't know exactly where we're staying yet or anything like that. I know that we're going to move to where we can go to Dinosaur, but and I think we're going to stay in Jensen. But at the moment, we don't have reservations because we didn't know when the Jeep was going to get fixed and stuff like that. So, and I will save this. I will take it home. I will cut it into sheets and use it to make painty papers and stuff on. I won't get rid of those. And like Forest Service maps, when we go out in the boonies and we go riding in the forest, I don't get rid of those maps either because um they're I might not use them again as a map, but I don't like to just use them and then not and then get rid of the paper. But around here you have to have a map because if you don't have a map, you can't my GPS and my phone doesn't work and stuff like that. So I kind of have to have a map. Jeff's got 3 maps with him today. Different kinds that show different aspects of the country. And that's because we don't drive on the big roads, we're driving on the dirt, that kind of thing. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we'll be driving up this road right here. And the plan is to go to Jensen and Dinosaur National Park. So I have over here, and since it's a travel day, this is just a business card I picked up that said travel, and I really like it, but they're too stiff. Hi, lovely. Let's see. Okay, see, I don't have my list and I can't remember. That's well, lovely dear. I can't remember what your name is. Just gone. Business cards are too thick, so I peel them. Well, I missed y'all too. I've missed you guys so much. I miss Lisa terrible. And I knew she was probably going to have to go out today because today's her out day, but today's the day I could stream for just a little while. Business cards and other cardstock kind of things usually will peel. They don't always, but they usually will peel. I figure if I ruin it, it's no big deal. It's just, I'll have to change my plan. But see, now it's a lot wigglier. Jacqueline, thank you, dear. I knew it was a J, but I couldn't remember. Thanks, Barbara. I knew it was a J, but I wanted to say Janice, and I knew that wasn't right. See, so. Well, I'm glad y'all told me. Well, it's not going to get peeled any further because I can't get it to go anymore. That's fine. It's still lots thinner. It just glues down better. I thought I had enough light to last 3 days in here, but it's kind of dark. I had to close the curtain because the sun was coming in funny. And of course, making all kinds of glare. Okay. And if somehow this plan changes and we don't do what I expect on this particular day, then it's, oh well, I have made a postcard that I'm not using, but that's it. I'm pretty sure we're going to head that direction. Now, see, this will leave me room. I can put the campground logo there or there, depending upon what it is, something like that. So that is, what is Fibs? Fibs is friends in the box. Hi, Linda. I'm so glad you're here. Um, uh, Basically like computer friends. Dee Dee Willingham started that, and it's just that they're like your friends in your computer because it's kind of like a box. So this one is not going to be very specific. It's sort of specific because I'm pretty sure we're going to take this road right up here and we're going to go up here. We're actually going to go right there to Jensen because the entrance to Dinosaur is right there. But we might not. We might, stay in Dinosaur. We might stay somewhere else. But, yep, you have lots of fibs, dear. Friends in the chat box. There we go. Friends in the chat box. That's where it started. So, which makes me think I need to message Mary because we will be going near Mary's house in a week or so. I don't know exactly when, but in a week or so. So now I'm going to put this one down. My poor paintbrush has been stiff as all get out. I'm going to actually have to get out a new one when I get home. Well, Lisa has a owie. She fell and hurt her ankle pretty bad, but she's gone off to the store to get some groceries, and she does plan to stream tomorrow, she thinks. And she'll probably stream about 2 o'clock. So you want to make sure to be around then. Nope, you're not supposed to have a cardboard box with friends in it. Nope, nope, nope. I would have to have a pretty big cardboard box to have all of my lovely, but that would be okay. Well, that's what I was thinking, and Jeff is, very open to it. It's about where we can stay, but we were checking that kind of stuff out yesterday. I just laid that down really wrong. So stay there. It would help if I put my glasses on. It's I messed it up big time. Okay. Now then, quit talking and do it with 2 hands. There. Only if I give them cookies. Okay, well, Holly, if I put y'all in a box, I'll definitely come get in my van. I've got cookies. Oh dear. No, no, no. Uh, yep, yep. Well, this thing is like a big shoebox when you drive it down the road. Motorhomes are just big shoeboxes when you get them on the road. They blow around in the wind. They drive like shoeboxes. Okay. Now we're going to just put this right over that Rio Blanco thing. And this one won't be done, but it'll be partially done, and it'll make it easier to just grab and do and send her a note and say, well, we traveled up that road and we saw this. Oh, did y'all see the deer that we saw when we were at, where were we? Gone it? I think it was when we went up to Natural Bridges. We were coming back out and there was just all these deer. That's right. You are friends in the box in a box. Here you go. Smaller RV videos. Uh, art in an RV. Yeah, there you go. That's what, well, you know, in the last trip we took, I got several days where I got to stay home and make art and do stuff. We have been going so hard, so much of the time with this trip that this is the first, other than making my postcards at night, this is the first day I've had. Hi, Mina. Oh, an art V. Oh, that's cool. Well, my they were right out to the road, Barbara. Um, when Jeff turned the Jeep around, okay, if that's the edge of the road, they were right here. He actually kind of stayed into the road so that he wouldn't frighten them when he turned around to try to get their pictures. And we went down, and then traffic came, so we drove further down, turned around, and came back. So we actually got to watch them for two or three different times. There was such a huge. Now I saw the other day we saw or heard here of, what did he tell me they were? Some kind of small antelope. Um, I can't remember. Pronghorn antelope. Is that what he told me they were? I think. I think that's what he told me they were. Okay, so this one is not quite dry, but almost dry. But I always put several layers of Mod Podge on them because if you don't, they just don't go through the mail so well. No, Linda, we're in Utah. We are at Arches, Moab. It's where Arches National Park is. Also, Canyonlands National Park is very close. Of course, Canyonlands has 4 sections in it, and they call them by different names, and it's partially to different parts of what you can see there. And we're up closer to what they call Island in the Sky, which is the northeast section. We visited the southeast section, about a week ago, and we are on the east side of Utah. Linda, we've Canyonlands and Arches is here. Natural Bridges. Now we were going to do, originally our plan was to do all of the national parks, and then we found out that Bryce and Zion are even worse as far as the traffic, the amount of people trying to get into them right now. And now we went through the gate at Arches at 7 a.m. the other day, and there was so many people up there already that we just got in just in time. They are closing the gate at Arches, and you have to wait for someone to come out to go back in, for the next person to go in. And there are 5. Actually, I think there's 7 in Utah. Give me just a minute. Let me get my book. Oh, I have to stand up. I'll be right back. Okay, where's Utah? Here's Utah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I think you're right. These are national monuments, not national parks. There are 5 national parks. You're correct. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 national parks. You're correct, Linda. Um, you're correct. There's 5 national parks. There are a lot of national monuments here too. We did not get to go to Four Corners. Let me put this up a little higher. Anything on the reservation lands is closed. So we couldn't go to Four Corners because the monument sits on the reservation, and all of the reservations all across the Southwest are pretty much locked down. When we were in New Mexico, we were trying to go to a couple of the pueblos and could not go there because the reservations are locked up. The other thing, though, is there's national historic parks and national monuments, and we've been going to a lot of those, and some of those are just about as pretty as can be. Linda, what I have been doing as far as journaling goes, I make Mom a postcard every day, or I buy a postcard every day, and I send that postcard. Let me, this is the one for today because Jeff has gone off. I know what he's doing today, so I went ahead and made it instead of wait till tonight. And you can't really see it, but there are 3 Jeep trails on this map right here that I will actually mark with a red marker. And he's gone on a Jeep adventure while I stayed home, and I will write this postcard, send it to my mom, and then when I get home, I'll bind them all into a book. So that's about what I journal. I also make notes when we go into a national park. Where's that book? It's down here. Let me see if I can get it without disturbing everything. It's kind of growing really fat. Uh-oh. Crashing. This is wet. This is my national park and national monument. I've learned a bunch of stuff. Um, the Park Service has a whole lot of things I didn't understand before. They have national battlefields, battlefield parks, battlefield sites, military parks, national historic parks. There's a lot of historic sites, which we've gone to a few of those too. Then there's the national memorials, lake shores, then the parks, and then there's monuments, national rivers, preserves. It's a whole list of things that I did not know about. Now, I did know that the Natchez Trace Parkway, we've been to parts of the parkway, and so I knew that, but I didn't realize there was all of this until I started researching it. So then we realized that there's also things like there's the national forests, which, oh, I need to add one to this because we went there yesterday. I don't have a list, and because the computer, to get something on the computer right now is really hard, but when I get home, I will get a list of the actual national forests. I did find this at one of the what do you call those places? Visitor center. At the visitor center here, and it has the national forests marked out on it. And so we have been to several on this trip already. But I want a list so I know when I've seen one. And then there's the other thing that we didn't realize, that BLM, which is Bureau of Land Management, they actually have their own national monuments. Canyons of the Ancients, which is a very interesting site, is BLM. So they're not even listed in the Park Service. So I'm putting them in here, and then I'm going to have to find a list where I can do that. But so if we do one of those parks, yes, I kind of put this together. Let's see, I'll show you. This is Bandelier. Carson. I was going to show you that. Okay, this is from my trip a year ago, before we got to where we couldn't go anywhere. But then this is this is near Lisa. It's the Albats Flint Quarries National Monument, and then they have Lake Meredith Natural Resource Area, Natural Recreation Area, which I did journal about. And then this is national forests that we went up through. This is a national monument. Bandelier was fabulous. Then this is a historic park. That's Pecos. It was near Bandelier. Where were we at when we did those? Santa Fe. This is when we BLM land is cool to stay overnight. Yes, Linda. We've checked out quite a few BLM places here. That's one of the things we did yesterday. Part of our problem is we're too big. A lot of the BLM land does not have space for big RVs. At least here. It's because it is so mountainous and on cliff sides and stuff like that. We did find a few places, and actually yesterday found some place that we talked about possibly going up to. We were already paid for here, so we might as well stay here until we get ready to leave. So in some ways I journal, and in some ways I don't. I don't sit down and write in a journal so much as I just write what we've done for the day. And then, like I said, I send Mom a postcard every day, so that's kind of like a journal. Yeah, Linda, this is 36 foot long. So that's one of the things we have been discussing, is that this rig is kind of big for what we want to do now. It was not too big for what we used to do. And that these are things I collect. I collect these national park stickers. So I always buy them at the bookstore. And each one of these bags has like the park information in it. I try to put it in there. This is a trail we took when we came out of the national parks that day, out of Arches. Linda, not all the parks are open, and not all the monuments are open. It depends on where they're at and what kind of, like, Four Corners National Monument is not open because it's on reservation land. Then the outdoor parts of the park are open, but the visitor centers are not open. You cannot go in and see the movies or the displays or any of that stuff. That stuff is all closed. The bookstores are open, but they limit how many people can go in at a time. So like when we were in Canyonlands down at the south side, they had stuff they had the stickers and things for the north side, and I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get into the visitor center like at Arches and something like that, because it has been so crowded and you have to wait in line to get in the visitor center. I agree, Linda, stupid virus. But as far as like the hikes and the trails, so far we have not had too many places where we couldn't go. Four Corners was one of the things we really wanted to do, and it's all outside, but it's on reservation land, so we couldn't go. I can't remember what else it was. Though in Taos, we wanted to go to the Pueblo, and we could not because it was closed. There again, that's because it's on reservation land. I will tell you that every place we have been has been much more careful than at home. When we were in Texas, where Lisa is, everyone was much more careful. Oh, good, you can hear the road. Everyone was much more careful. New Mexico is very, very careful. Yeah, you can't fly anyways. So, the nice thing about traveling in the RV is, one, I haven't used hardly any bathrooms but my own, so I have that. We don't eat out. I think we've eaten out a couple of times. Once while we were, no, twice while we were in Texas, and somewhere along the line there. Oh, I know, down in Monticello, there was a Thai restaurant in Monticello, Utah, and we had had a very long day, and I didn't have anything thought out to cook. So we went out for Thai food, and it was absolutely delicious. It was amazing food. But there again, Utah's being very careful, and we were seated 2 booths away from somebody else. So it's been very, very good as far as being careful. I don't know what we'll find when we get, to the next state, but it all has been good. So, and let's see how my thingies are doing. But this, I'm learning a lot about the parks as we go. BLM land. Uh-oh. I just realized I squashed my keyboard. There we go. BLM land would be really nice to camp on, but we're just awful big for it. Okay, that one's ready for another layer. Oh, I love how that came out. Now, like I said, when we get to wherever we're camping for the night, I will put some kind of little logo on it or something. But for now, I'm just going to cover it up with some Mod Podge. And then I'm probably going to go. Because I gotta clean all this mess up. You guys do not know how big a mess I have made just getting this stuff all out. The bed hit all the stuff that was under the bed. I didn't realize how buried my things were. Okay, come on. You need a little more on this corner. Here we go. I think, Linda, you're the only one awake in chat. Everybody else went to sleep. I'm glad you were here. Anyways, this will be today's. And like I said, when it gets completely dry, and I'll probably put one more layer of Mod Podge on it when it dries. You really want to make sure that the surface, that you aren't going to get any and then I need to trim it too, that you aren't going to, that none of these little pieces that I put on are going to lift. It wouldn't be so important if I was putting it in a book, but to go through the mail, I have one or two of the cards that I did the last trip was and Linda, that's one of the really nice things about having not asleep, just listening. Okay. Yeah, Barbara just got up, so she's getting some oatmeal. The parks, the BLM land, if you have a smaller rig, are really, really great. So that is one of the things. And we've also found up here, though, that even a lot of the BLM land where you used to just go park on it is no longer like that. You have to have a specific campsite, and they have made the campsites too short for us. And that's a big part of the problem. So, well, thanks, Journey. I'm so glad you guys came to visit. And typing on a tiny, oh, yes, I agree, Minna. I'm going to tell you what, Holly, I busted this thumbnail before we left home. It is busted clear down in here. Last night I went to put up one of the shades and busted the other side of it. I have got super glue all over this silly thumbnail. A big yeah, and some places have bigger, there's room. Like I said, there's one just north of here, and we're watching the weather because up at Dinosaur, where we're going next, it's supposed to be very cold. And it's been a little chilly off and on the trip. And I mean, it snowed on us last week. It snowed on us about half an inch, which is no big deal. But if it's going to be super, super cold, it's easier. You're on the phone, but Tanya's on the TV. Ha! Well, I'm just really glad that my connection stayed good because I'm using my phone. The Wi-Fi here is almost non-existent. Uploading those little 17-minute videos to the travel channel it takes an hour, hour and a half. So, I mean, that's why you didn't get any videos for so long. We're going to see the pink dinosaur. I don't know about the pink dinosaur. Where's that at, Holly? Anyways, I don't know when I'll get to stream again. Um, but we're gonna yeah, Linda, I mean it's taking forever to do those videos. And this is the first park I tried. The last park we were in, I tried twice, and after 3 hours I finally gave up. In Dinosaur? Okay, well, I will let you guys know if there's a pink dinosaur. I'll do my best. But even here, a lot of my Facebook posts and stuff are not posting until later. You never know. I never know when they're going to post. I put a video on Facebook for Jeffrey the other day, 3 days ago, and with my phone, and it finally posted this morning. So it's hard telling what's going on with it. It's the every time we go in and out of a like a valley or something like that. We will, Linda. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go. I love you all. I am so glad you were here to chat with. And Lisa said she thought she was going to stream tomorrow afternoon. So you want to check back and see if she's streaming. And I love you guys and I miss you guys. And I'm not going to tell you when I'll be home, but in a month or so. Bye bye.